Well, hello and welcome back to the Town Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious tarot manifestors. It's what it's all about. Yes, like every other person on the internet, the likes, subscribes, the shares are important. People around me tell me to bring this up all the time. Please, if you get anything out of this, like, share, subscribe. Helps the algorithms. Thank you, thank you. I've done my part. They're smiling. Everything is good with the world. Now, let's move on to you and I. My job is to get you to manifest, and I do that by inspiring you. This is not a lollipops and rainbows kind of a reading. Okay, we are in very, very, very critical times. You could make the argument that historically, and by historically I mean in recorded history, which goes back about 7,000 years, and then it gets crazy with the Younger Dryas and a bunch of other stuff. But in the past 6,000 or 7,000 years, that would be recorded history for us. That's not the whole story of humanity, but that's what we're working with. And within that time period, we have never, ever, ever, as a species, faced extinction. But we are looking at extinction right now, square in the face. Could come from any number of different things. Could be a nuclear war. Could be where we poison the planet. We poison ourselves. We do know from people like Bill Gates, who said, and I get the dates messed up. It's either 2005, 2008, whatever, at a TED get-together. He said we need to have the population by 2050 down to 500 million people. Well, if there are 8 billion of us roughly on the planet right now, that means out of every 10 people, 9 have to go away. Just one person survives. Now, he's not the only one that said it. Klaus von Nazi has said it. A bunch of other people have said the same thing. Okay, they're eugenicists. They think there are way too many people on the planet. They don't like human beings. They'd much rather replace us with robots, which is what they're working toward. So we are facing extinction from things from outer space, things that we're doing here on the planet, a bunch of things. And it's really super, super, super critical because with the next year will determine which of those two things are going to happen. Extinction or distinction. Are we going to get to be better human beings, or are we going to wipe ourselves out? It's a choice. So my job here is to inspire you to manifest to be the best that you can be. It's not in a selfish way. It's in a way to get you to bring out the gifts that you were meant to bring out in this lifetime. If you believe in reincarnation, each of us incarnated here with a job. Doesn't have to be a big job, could be a very small job, but still significant in your community, in your area. Even if you were to live by yourself for your entire life out in Alaska somewhere, that's okay. You're doing your part in your way, somehow, some way that we cannot see, understand, feel, touch, sense, whatever. Don't make any difference. But that's my job, is to inspire you to manifest. Manifesting is the most sacred, most mysterious, most magical power human beings have. And I'm here to help you, inspire you. So let's get to the reading. Middle card is where we start. It's the Oracle card. It sets the mood. It's flexible. Flexible. Numbers up in the right-hand corner, 1 and 9. 1 means beginnings. 9 means endings. And you put the 9 and the 1 together, that equals 10. Get rid of the 0. Back to 1. Beginnings. But with the 0 there in the 1 and 9 equaling 10, that 0 talks about a spiritual quality. You are being invited, if this is resonating with you, and this is not going to resonate with everybody. No reading ever does. I've done astrology for 50 years. Never, ever, ever have I or any other astrologer done a reading that resonates with even a majority, half of the people who are looking at the reading. Same thing, by the way, with tarot. If we get 10 to 20% of the people who are looking at this right now resonating with this is phenomenal. People are too complicated, too complex. It's not going to happen. And if you're not connecting with it today, don't worry. Down the road, tomorrow, next week, next month. You're going to match up with the frequency. So hang in there. So today it is for those resonating, and even those who are not resonating, just as a general background. We are on the verge of determining sink or swim. As a species, sink or swim. Next year is going to hold a lot. And it's going to be brutally tough. I mean, brutally tough. So this is your chance to focus in. And in fact, let's start the reading moving all the way to the left. We go to the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune says it all. Destiny. It's a turning point, life cycle. You get to see the big picture. You have, in many respects, already had a glimpse of the big picture. I know you might not have liked it. It might be tough. It might be depressing. Like me, I've been around for a long, long time, and never in my life would I ever have imagined that I would be confronted with the things I'm being confronted with now. Never in a million years. And yet I know I am. The crap, the corruption, the crime, it's been going on for a long, long time, probably in all of recorded history. The veil's been moved back. We see the wizard, and it's ugly. So, a lot of this is background, and that's why the idea of the being flexible, it's a case of Pretzel Logic. What that means is to be flexible. You do not, like this gal in the card, she's not tipping over. And she's not accommodating. She has her own stance. She has her own stability. That's what you have to do. And it's going to feel like that emotionally, spiritually, maybe even physically, over the next year or so. Just going to do that. The idea is, how do you balance yourself through all of this? The time has come. Wheel of Fortune says it's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here. I don't care whether you like it, you don't like it, believe it, you don't believe it. It's here. What are you going to do about it? And the meme for today kind of backs up that idea. It says, force, no matter how concealed, begets resistance. And that's what you're seeing in this gal. It looks like she's doing a handstand on an egg, which is a difficult thing in itself, let alone the scorpion pose that she's essentially doing for my yoga friends. But yet through all of this, she's maintaining her balance. She's maintaining her stability, but she has to take a different stance. That's what you have to do. How do you do it? Next card, Chariot. Chariot says self-control, willpower, focus, not force. Because remember, the meme for today said force, no matter how concealed, begets resistance. He's not looking for resistance. He is looking to be able to develop self-control, and that's really what it's about. We all want freedom, but we don't want the responsibility that goes with freedom. This has to change. We cannot do this. And that's what you're seeing here with this gal on this egg, with this scorpion yoga pose. She is still well-balanced, well-focused, and because of what she's doing, she has stability. Okay, she has stability. She's not giving up an inch. She is flexible, but still maintaining whatever needs to be maintained, and that has to do with the Chariot energy, the focus, the self-control, the willpower. You have to decide, where the hell do I want to go with my future? I know there are going to be all kinds of things that are going to interfere, all kinds of people who are going to interfere. There's going to be more interference than anything else, but you see how she's handling the interference. Pretzel Logic, baby. Pretzel Logic. Next card over is the Page of Wands. Wands are happiness, joy, gratitude, energy. Pages always change the storyline. So for many people, we've just been existing, especially in the last 4 years. This thing's going on, like I said, for thousands of years. I became aware of something funky going on back when JFK was assassinated. I was a young boy. And there have been things that have happened since then that have made me go, ooh. Like when I found out a few years later that the Vietnam War was a setup, the Gulf of Tonkin never happen. Our Secretary of Defense, Robert McNamara, admitted that it was basically a Hollywood gig. Made it look like we were engaged in war. Not true. So 52,000 American boys died for what? For corporate America. That's for what? And then it went on from there and on and on and on and on and on. So the Page of Wands says, enough of tolerating the crap. Go for a life that means something for you. Plug into that Wands energy. And that's really what Wands energy is all about. It's plugging into a real life, not just existing, but plugging into your life. Does it mean everything's going to be perfect? No. But find that joy, find that peace, find that purpose. And that's what the last card, the Seven of Pentacles, is all about. Pentacles are our value system. Seven of Pentacles talks about patience. You can see there he's evaluating, what's my value system? Each one of those little pentacles is a part of his value system. He's reviewing all of them. Are they worthwhile? Have they been given to me by a corrupt cabal who's been trying to control my life? You want to find something interesting, take a look at the Masonic message John D. Rockefeller gave. I think you can find it on the internet, Masonic message. It's short, but it tells you exactly what he wants to do. Get rid of you and me. Read it. It's about a paragraph. John D. Rockefeller's Masonic message. You'll be able to figure out what's gone on since at least 1900 in this country. They kept it quiet. They hid it. But now it's surfacing. What are you going to do? Right? Be flexible. Case of Pretzel Logic. Adjust your thinking, adjust your value system so it's positive, strong, and so are you. It's a reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. Between now and the next time we get together, peace and blessings.